Here it is, the prize for the blue car shootout. It is number 8 of 12. It is a treasure hunt and it is jaded, and this thing is gorgeous. I really love it. It has got the sticker for the closing date 31st of the 12th 2007, so I'm guessing this is a 2006 release. Brilliant flames down the side of this, and this is the prize that we send out to the winning driver wherever they are in the world for the blue car shootout. Greetings Diecast Racing fans, Sharky here and welcome back to Sharky's Garage here at Vulcan Raceway for this episode 6 redemption of the blue car shootout. It is the last chance saloon. Today the final 2 spots in the grand final next week will be secured, and we have 8 drivers going to put it all down on the track to get there. In set 1 we have car 3 Hakari Rin in Elevin, the 2019 Audi R8 Spider. In car 5 we have the V-Man in the Subaru WRX STI. In car 8 we have Laup Knips in Soccermom, the 1970 Camaro. And in car 9 we have Princess Sparkles in the 2018 Dodge Challenger SRT Demon. In set 2 we've got another 2 female drivers, starting off with number 10 Kitsune in the Ford GT40. In number 12 is Scoupe in the DMC DeLorean. Car 14, Matt Baker, the reigning champion, has won his way through from the bottom 8 through in the Jaguar XJ220. And car 15, RaynebowGirl in that Jaguar I-Pace E-Trophy. They go in set 2. I'm going to give you a quick track overview and then we're going to get down to the racing. But before we do that, don't forget to do the usual things like, comment and subscribe. Not much changed at that end. Yes, that is my personal Aston Martin Vulcan. Track owner's blue one's there. Looks like Cowden Raven's got the Studebaker in the shop, and Cowden's day driver. There we go, Kitsune's winning one from the Advent Calendar competition, and last time's winner Matt Baker with his yellow car there. His prize has arrived safely with him, and he has put Facebook posts about it. Thank you very much, Matt. Safety teams and everything are ready. The Avro Vulcan is there. The Aston Martin Vulcans are there. Drivers' cars, you can see there, Hakari Rin's car, Princess Sparkle's car, and then we've got Kitsune and RaynebowGirl's car there. Already through to the final, we've got Q-Boy's orange car there and James Sterling's JPS Lotus. There's set 1. There's set 2. We've got 3 female drivers today. Track support teams are all ready and everything here. The 4 through to the grand final. The Shelby, the Landy, Fandango and the Cyclone. Everything at that end is all ready. The 4 knocked out. Our thanks go out to our sponsors. To John at Modelmatic, stood there with the track owner. Q Boyd at 4 Cubed Racing, my brother Phil at Tomley RC, the team at the BERCC. They're starting their crawler competitions of this year with the Southern Series of the GCRC tournament. I'll be competing in UK 2 with Optimus Blue. And this episode's main sponsor is Cowden Raven at Raven Customs, stood there with James Sterling and the Flying Fenman. Let's get this 4 up to the line and get down to it. Here we go for set 1, race 1, and up at the line the first 4 cars. On the front the blue lane is Elevin with Hakari Rin behind the wheel. On the front the red lane is the Scooby with the V-Man. Behind him is Laup Knips in Soccermom, and on the rear of the blue lane is the other Raven Customs driver, Princess Sparkles in the Demon. 3, 2, 1. Race. Elevin is the only one to finish. And on the front of the blue lane is the Demon of Princess Sparkles. Hakari and Elevin is on the front of the red. The Scooby of the V-Man is on the rear of the red. And Soccer Mom is on the rear of the blue lane. 3, 2, 1, race. Elevin gets out. Elevin, Scooby, Demon, Soccer Mom. Moving on to race 3, and Hakari Rin has got a commanding lead at this point. They're lined up as follows. Soccer Mom is on the front of the blue lane. The Demon is on the front of the red. Behind that is Elevin. So the Raven Custom racers are on the red lane. And on the rear of the blue lane is the Scooby of the V-Man. 3, 2, 1, race. Soccer Mom, Demon, Elevin, Scooby. Moving on to set 1, race 4, and the points are as follows. Hakari Rin and Elevin's on 12 points, and in all likelihood, probably through to redemption. Nobody can catch him points-wise in this group, but he could get more points in the second group. Anyway, on 6 points is Luke Nixon, Soccer Mom. On 5 points is Princess Sparkles in the Demon, and on 4 points is V-Man in the Scooby. They're lined up as follows. The Scooby is on the front of the blue lane. The Soccer Mom is on the front of the red. The Demon is on the rear of the red. And on the rear of the blue is Elevin. 3, 2, 1, race. And nobody finishes. We'll go for a reset. Three, 2, 1, race. Scooby, Elevin, Soccer Mom, Demon. Moving on to set 2, and the only way that Hakari Rin is not going to the grand final at this point is if 2 of these cars both score 15 points and force a 3-way race off that he loses. Because the maximum that 2 cars could score is 2 wins, a second and a third place. So, or 2/3, possibly. If you've got 2 wins and 2 seconds, they could get to 16 points. So that's the only way that he would lose out. So in all likelihood, he's going through. Anyway, getting down to it. On the front of the blue lane is Kitsune in the GT40. On the front of the red lane is Scoupe in the DMC DeLorean. On the rear of the red lane is Matt Baker, the reigning champion in the XJ220. And RaynebowGirl in the Jag I-Pace E-Trophy is on the rear of the blue lane. 3, 2, 1, race. XJ, Scoupe, Jag, XJ. Results of race 1. First was Kitsune in the GT40. Second was Scoupe in the DMC DeLorean. Third was RaynebowGirl in the Jag I-Pace Trophy. And fourth was reigning champion Matt Baker in the XJ220. Lined up now. The Jag is on the front of the blue lane. The GT40 is on the front of the red. Behind that is the DeLorean. And on the rear of the blue lane is the XJ220. So both Jags are on the blue lane. 3, 2, 1, race. GT40, Jag, DeLorean, XJ. And And moving on to race 3. Kitsune's got 2 wins on 10 points. Scoupe is on 5. RaynebowGirl is on 5. And Matt Baker, the reigning champion, is on just 2 points. So the only way at this point that Hakari Rin is going to not be going to the grand final is if either Scoupe or RaynebowGirl win the next 2 races, or yeah, we could get a tie-up between the 2 of them in a race-off if they can get to 15 points. So we'll see how it goes. On the front of the blue lane is the XJ220 of Matt Baker. On the front of the red lane is the Jaguar of Rainbow. On the rear of the red lane is Kitsune in the GT40, and Scoupe in the DeLorean is on the rear of the blue lane. 3, 2, 1, race. Oh, I'll have to check that, but I think it was the XJ, then the GT40, then the Jag, then the DMC, but I'll have to look at the replay. Set 2, race 4, and it looks like the 2 that are going through to the grand final have already been picked. Kitsune is on 13 points. Both Matt Baker and RaynebowGirl in the 2 Jags are both on 7 points, and Scoupe is on 6 points. So, looking at that mathematically, a 5-point win would put Matt Baker or RaynebowGirl both on 12, not beating Kitsune. None of them can get to 15. Yeah. So we're just racing for 3rd, 4th, 5th, etc, etc, etc. The 2 that are through already picked. It's going to be Elevin with Hakari and the GT40 of Kitsune, but we'll see how this goes. On the front of the blue lane is Scoupe in the DMC DeLorean. On the front of the red lane is reigning champion, not to be reigning for much longer, Matt Baker in the XJ220. On the rear of the red lane is RaynebowGirl in the Jaguar I-Pace E-Trophy. And on the rear of the blue lane is Kitsune in the GT40. 3, 2, 1, race. DMC, GT40 Jag and the XJ20s, 220s pulled up part way. I will check the results and come back to you in a second. Another heck of a day's racing, and the points as they go from lowest to highest. 6 points and eliminated is Princess Sparkles. 7 points and eliminated reigning champion Matt Baker in the XJ220. 8 points and eliminated Laup, Knips and Soccermom. Both on 9 points and both eliminated, we have RaynebowGirl in the Jag and V-Man in the Scooby. Almost making it. Scoupe from Poverty Hollow in the DMC DeLorean on 11 points. But that means the 2 going forward to next week's grand final are the 2 drivers stood here beside me. On 15 points, Hakari Rin in Elevin, the Audi R8 Spider, and Kitsune in the Ford GT40, coming off the back of her win last week in the Advent Calendar Championship. Can she manage 2 back-to-back wins in different types of tournaments? That could be interesting to see. Can she be the comeback? She went to the top 8, lost out in the top 8, came through to redemption and came through. And Hakari, he came through the bottom 8, I think. But anyway, that'll be next week. I'm going to get everybody rearranged and show you how the lineup will start next week. So this is how they're lined up for the grand final next week. P1 on the front of the blue lane for the first race will be James Sterling in the Landy. P2 on the front of the red lane will be Hakari Rin in Elevin. Behind him, ex-teammate, fellow racer and one that has raced head-to-head with Hakari many times, Cuboid in the Cyclone is P3. Position 2 on the red lane. The rear red lane, Mark Rich 21 in Fandango. On the rear of the blue lane will be Kitsune in the GT40 which leaves Tommy and the Shelby to be in position 2 on the blue lane. That's it for this week. I look forward to seeing you next week and seeing which one of these 6 drivers is crowned as the champion in the blue car shootout.